All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into the weeds on two tools that a lot of developers are looking at right now, Inngest and Trigger.dev.
Yeah, both for workflow and job orchestration. And they are both genuinely solid.
They are, but our mission here isn't really to pick a winner.
No, not at all. It's about finding which one is better for you. Because what we found is that they push you to think in completely different ways.
A different mental model, basically.
Exactly. One is all about events and the other is just. It's about code.
Hmm.
And that difference is everything.
Okay, so let's start with Ingest. The sources we looked at called it the workflow architect.
Which is a perfect name for it. It's heavily event-driven. The entire logic is built around the idea that something happened.
And that event kicks off a function.
Right. But here's the magic. It's a durable function.
Yeah.
It's stateful, so it remembers exactly where it was.
Wait, so it can just pause for like an API call to finish?
It can pause for hours or even days. You get these incredibly sturdy, complex back-end workflows. You don't have to manage any of the underlying infrastructure yourself.
I also saw a lot of praise for the local development setup.
Oh, the dev server is surprisingly good. It's a huge DX win, a developer experience win. You can trigger events locally and just watch your whole workflow run without wiring up any weird queues or services.
Okay, but there has to be a constraint. There's always one.
There is, and it's a big one to keep in mind. Ingest charges you per step.
Per step. Ouch. So every single function call, every branch.
Yep. Every little piece of your workflow is a potential cost.
Yeah.
And it can force you to overthink your logic. You start trying to structure things to save steps, not necessarily in the clearest way.
That's that classic engineer tax they talked about.
Exactly. So Ingest is really elegant if your app is already event-based and you truly need that kind of complex, durable weight and resume orchestration.
Got it. So let's pivot to Trigger.dev, which was dubbed the code runner.
Right. And again, a perfect name. Using it feels so much more like just writing regular TypeScript code that, just happens to run in the background.
So less about this formal idea of a workflow and its steps.
Way less. It's more focused on the idea of jobs and tasks, which for a lot of people is a much simpler way to think.
That's interesting. Does that deep reliance on just writing code make it less flexible for, say, external event sources that Ingest seems built for?
That's a great question. It's a trade-off. It excels at being an extension of your existing code base. And its own DX win is the real-time feedback.
What do you mean by that?
You can literally see your task's progress live. You can even stream updates from your background job right to a UI. It makes debugging feel so natural.
I'm guessing the pricing is different. No per step model.
Nope, none of that. It's based on run cost plus compute time.
Ah, so for things like processing a huge file or big data import.
It can be significantly cheaper. You're not getting penalized for having a lot of internal logic. It's for that developer who just wants to say, hey, just run this code for me in the background.
So when you put them both together, the choice isn't really about features.
Not at all. It all comes back to that mental model.
Do you think in events and workflows?
Then Ingest is going to feel like the natural choice. It will just click.
But if you think more in terms of tasks and jobs,
then Trigger.dev is going to feel like home. You're just writing code you already understand.
so the real takeaway for you, the listener, is that choosing one of these isn't about comparing feature lists.
No, it's about aligning the tool's core philosophy with your application's nature, or maybe even just with how your own brain works.
And since both tools are genuinely great, it shows that sometimes the most important decision in development isn't choosing the best tool.
It's choosing the tool that best fits your thinking process.
Something to mull over for your next project. It's not just the tool, it's the philosophy behind it.